Hey you guys, this is Mr. Herrick from RockOnEdu. Now I want you to imagine yourself as an amazing reader, and with practice and some help, you'll get there. I mean, really imagine yourself an explorer of anything and everything that you can imagine. Don't get nervous about reading. Come on. Hey, nobody knows every word. So relax and enjoy your learning and the discoveries. You're never too young to read a book. Find someone to read to and one to read to you. Sharing books, it's fun. Set up a special reading time with your family or friends. Take turns reading and helping each other read. Now, get ready to read!
The Really Awful Musicians. Story and Pictures by John Manders. Once upon a time, in a kingdom amazingly far away, music sounded incredibly, well, bad. The king couldn't even stand to listen to his own royal musicians. One at a time, they weren't so awful, but together, they sounded horrible. The king couldn't face another evening of it. Enough! No more loud, soft, fast, slow, screechy, bellowy, terrible musicians. Hire me some mimes, he thundered. He decreed that henceforth music would be banned throughout the kingdom, and anyone caught playing music would be fed to the royal crocodiles. The king's men-at-arms were everywhere, rounding up musicians. The royal crocodiles never had it better. In an out-of-the-way village, little Piffero played a tune on his pipe. Poot, 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 poot. Thum, 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 went his drum. But the royal men-at-arms found his hiding place. "Help me, Charlemagne," Piffero whispered to an old dray horse grazing nearby. The horse's name wasn't really Charlemagne, but he liked the sound of it. He was proud of his mane. Piffero vaulted onto his back, and off he rode into the night. All night long he rode. Before dawn the next morning, Piffero and Charlemagne were greeted by a sound that was almost too fast to hear. "I, Espresso, am the fastest musician in the kingdom. Fast, fast, fast," blurred the mandolin player. "I can play a 3-minute waltz in just under 12 seconds. We're escaping from the king's soldiers, if you want to come with us," said Piffero. On they rode. Piffero's pipe went, went his drum. Espresso's mandolin went. As the sun rose, Piffero, Charlemagne, and Espresso noticed a teeny tiny wee little tune that was almost too soft to hear. It was a little musician playing a tiny harp. "I'm Serena the Silent," she whispered. "I hope I'm playing quietly enough." "What?" asked Charlemagne and Espresso. "Come with us if you don't want to be an appetizer for the royal crocodiles," said Piffero. So on they rode. Piffero's pipe went his drum. Serena's tiny harp went. Espresso's mandolin went. Around noon, they were nearly knocked over by sound waves. The sackbut player paused for breath and said, "Congratulate me. I, Fortissimo, won the loudest musician in Boombardi Award this morning." "But Boombardi is at least 3 days' voyage from here," said Charlemagne. "That's what makes it so impressive," boomed Fortissimo. "Jump in the cart," sighed Piffero, and on they rode. Went Fortissimo's sackbut. Piffero's pipe went. Went his drum. Serena's harp went. Espresso's mandolin went. A few leagues down the road, they almost flattened the slowpoke inching along in front of them and going. "Can't you go any faster?" asked Charlemagne. "No," replied Lugubrio sadly. "I started playing this particular piece when I was a boy, and I'm just now starting the middle section." "Well, climb aboard. The king's crocodiles are hungry already," said Piffero. On they rode. Went Fortissimo's sackbut. Went Lugubrio's contrabass recorder. Serena's harp went. Piffero's pipe went. Went his drum. Espresso's mandolin went. All afternoon they played as they rode. They played fast, slow, loud, and soft, all at the same time. Finally, Charlemagne couldn't stand it anymore. "Enough, you guys sound terrible. Why don't you all play together?" The musicians stopped and looked at each other. Then at the horse. Charlemagne drew 5 long lines in the dirt. "These lines are us riding along. I'll make hoof prints on the lines to show high notes and low notes. The high notes will be up here, the low notes will be down here, and the middle notes will be in the middle. I'll mark time with this stick, so you'll know when to play the next note." They looked at Charlemagne's hoof prints and followed his stick. While they played, each musician listened to the others. When they all played together, the music sounded beautiful for the first time ever. And then the king's coach came barreling down the road. "Halt!" cried the king. "Do I hear musicians?" Before the men-at-arms could grab them, Piffero, Espresso, Serena, Fortissimo, and Lugubrio started to play together. The men-at-arms applauded. "Gadzooks, how lovely!" cried the king. "How would you like to play at my castle?" "You won't feed us to your crocodiles?" asked Piffero. "Not if you play like that," decided the king. "They can eat the mimes." And so, Piffero and his friends became the king's musicians in residence, and beautiful music was heard everywhere from then on.
RockOnEdu now presents. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. The really awful musicians. I tell you what, they were awful at first, but it's good that they got their act together. All right, so we're going to go over some vocabulary words. You probably see some words right now on the screen, right? And this is your vocabulary words, all right? And to help me go over them with you, he will read a word to you and I will read a definition, but let me introduce him to you so you can get to know him. His name is Mr. Herrick. The other Mr. Herrick, Elijah Herrick. Yay! All right, come on in here, son. All right, are you ready?
Yes, so.
Okay, let's do this. All right, go ahead.
Okay. The first word is at,
which means in, on, or near a place or time.
The second word is bad.
Which means not good at all.
I'd assume so.
Well, that's bad for you. It's not good at all. Trust us. All right.
And the third word is can.
Can means to have the ability, skill, or power to do something.
Okay. The fourth word is far.
And far means a long way from a place or point.
Mm-hmm. The fifth word is he.
Which means a man, male, person, or animal. Like, he is helping me, right? You're a he.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Chewbacca's a he.
Yeah, there's lots of he's out there.
Yes.
We don't have time to name them all.
And
We'll just keep going.
I think this is word 6.
Mhm.
If.
Yes, and if means in case that, in condition that, or supposing that. Like, if only we did a better job of this video is what you're probably thinking. All right, but that's okay. That's what if means. All right, continue.
Iffy.
It's iffy.
Now, seventh word?
Mhm.
The seventh word is in.
And in means on the inside or within a place, time, or thing.
Correct. Now, the eighth word, I believe, is one.
Yes, it is. And one means a single person or thing.
Yeah. It's also
One.
a really confusing way to spell it. Especially
Well,
when
there's different ones. There's WON, which means, yay, I won the championship.
Well, yeah.
But we're going to keep going. This is like the number one.
Number one. And the ninth word?
Yep,
ninth word is own.
In own means to represent the possession of something or ownership. You own it.
Correct.
Yep.
Now, the 10th, the last and final word is well.
Yes. And well means in good shape, done in a satisfactory manner.
And this also means that, well, this better be a good video.
Right. Hopefully you think this was done well. Hopefully it's in good shape. Hopefully it's done in a satisfactory manner. All right. Okay. So what you need to do now is pick 3 words that you already know, right? Share those with a family member, all right? And then pick 3 other words that you don't know and look them up or ask somebody, right? Because you ask me sometimes, hey, Dad, what's that one word? What's this? What's that? And I tell you what the meaning is. And if I don't know,
you ask Siri.
We ask Siri or Alexa. We got them both here.
And even if you do know the definition, you still ask Siri.
That's true. I want to make sure that my definition is accurate, right? Okay. I want to make sure it's done well.
In good shape, done in a satisfactory manner.
That's true. All right. Your turn. All right. We'll see you next time on the next video for RockOnEdu.
Bye-bye now.
Wait. Watch the credits.
RockOnEdu.
Like and subscribe.